Before we get started, let me know what comics you'd like for me to make a video on. Sound off in the comments. And if this is your first time checking out my channel, consider clicking subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers and tap the bell so you know when I post up. What's going on, YouTubers? This is Ernie, Blerd Without Fear, and I'm here to bring you the Quiet Storm. Ping, I promised you I was going to do it. I told you I was. I did it. But anyways, what's up, YouTubers? It's Ernie, Blerd Without Fear, and I know I'm a little late with this, but there's just a lot going on and so much stuff that I had to catch up on. So here we are with Batman White Knight number 5, and man, this one's actually a really quick one. Like there's a lot going on, but it's happening really fast. But last we left off, Batman was being ousted by the GCPD and Jack Napier in favor of the GTO, the Gotham Terror Oppression Unit. Jack Napier had offered partnership in the program with Nightwing and Batgirl, and we now know that they've accepted. And when they reach out to Batman about it, and Batman is obviously kind of pissy about it, Batman has this weird thing where it's always his war. Even though Batman has the family, even though Batman has all these toys and all these things that he could do, that he could lend other people, there's plenty of people who always are willing to help him out, but he always wants to do things his way, and his way is typically alone, with minor assistance from people sitting on the sidelines. That's just how Batman works. Tack onto the fact that Jack Napier is the mastermind behind this, he's even less on board for it, but it has caused a rift between Batman and Nightwing. It's like Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are not on the best of terms right now. Like, Nightwing even goes for Batman's throat, bringing up how it must kill him on the inside, that the Joker is more beloved in the city now and is actually helping the city, and he isn't. I mean, they even try to come to blows over it. It's freaking crazy. And we know that Jack Napier is preparing for something. Like, we get a little bit more information about Jack Napier and what's going on with him and those pills. Like, something's happening with those pills and his physiology, because it's causing him to cough up blood. And he even kind of passingly mentions that the pills also act as a steroid, so he's in like perfect physical shape right now, and he has Harley Quinn training him how to fight. And dude, she puts a hurting on him. It just furthers the fact that Harley Quinn is just that much better of a fighter than Joker. Like, Joker's never really been a good fighter. Like, he fights so erratically. He's not even really a brawler. He just swings at people wildly. We're kind of starting to see the side effects. We're finally starting to see the paint peeling off a little bit with Jack Napier and this wonder drug, this wonder cure that's keeping him sane, which might actually be wearing off because he wants to be Batman in a straight up fist fight, and I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. Even with training by Harley Quinn, it is not going to happen. Maybe if it was Black Canary, I'd be on board for this, or Shiva or something like that. I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe he'll get it. He'll get that ass then. Getting back to Harleen Quinzel, Batman pays her a visit and tries to get her to talk some sense into Jack Napier, but that's just the problem. She actually thinks that everything is fine, and she wants Batman to leave them alone. She understands the whole situation. She was there the night of Jason Todd's disappearance, or, Quoty Finger's death. We don't really know the full extent of it in this particular universe, this particular Elseworlds, because this is not main canon. But even when Harley Quinn is presented with evidence by Batman that something is up, and even bringing the sample of Clayface, pointing out the fact that Clayface is the only villain who has not shown his face, something has to be going on, and Jack Napier's at the heart of it. Batman's trying to explain that Jack Napier's out of control again, we need to get him under wraps. And Batman reveals something that, once again, this isn't main canon, so it doesn't really affect it, but I find it's very interesting. If it were main canon, it would make sense too. But he reveals why he's always taken it easy on Harley, because he knew the only thing that really kept the Joker sane was her. The fact that no matter how messed up Joker was, the only people who really knew how bad it could be were Batman and Harley Quinn. Now, another cool thing too, because there are so many nods back to the Batman animated series, Harley brings up the dress, like the whole incident from Harley's Day Out. One of my favorite Batman the Animated Series episodes, next to Hearts of Ice. It's not even anything like special about it is just that it's such a fun episode. Like, it has nothing to do with anything, but it's just super fun. And, you know, talking about the incident where, you know, she was trying to buy a dress, they left a tag on it by mistake, so the security went off, and even though technically she'd done nothing wrong, she was so used to being treated like trash and like a criminal that she immediately responded in a criminal way. And she says she kept the dress. She still has the dress that he actually bought for her. Technically, I think in the episode, she technically did buy it, but he was the one who got it back for her. But she says she kept it because it was always her reminder that deep down, no matter how bad things got between them, he was still a good guy. But just being a good guy isn't always enough. That Jack is reformed and he is what's right for the city. You need to just let him do his thing because he is trying to fix this city. You are just too jealous and obsessed to let it go. And even saying that you're worse than he was. And when he leaves, Jack Napier comes out and he's, you know, snickering and being, you know, all smug about the whole incident. And Harley's like, I meant exactly what I said, because deep down, you too don't realize how stubborn you are, that you want the same thing, but you're too busy trying to one-up each other. Now, things get really interesting when we realize that Neo Joker and Mad Hatter are getting ready to stage a break-in, but not a break-in just any old where. They're at Wayne Manor, and Neo Joker has a trick up her sleeve to get inside of Wayne Manor and get to whatever dark secrets might lie within, based on the information they found out about Thomas and Martha Wayne being in league with Nazis, or really rather just a Nazi. It was really just Mr. Freeze, but whatever. She uses Mad Hatter's mind control device to control Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy starts weaving vines all throughout the manor. They find the files they're looking for that basically point to some hidden tunnels running throughout Gotham City that are completely off the books, except for on some files that they found in Wayne Manor. Something that apparently was hiding in plain sight. And that's where things get even crazier, because it sets off Batman's security for the manor. And of course, he's still in costume. He comes bursting out in a pink bathrobe, just acting as flamboyant as humanly possible. Once the GTO show up and run off Neo Joker and Mad Hatter, all bets are off, because Bruce just rips open the bathrobe and all of a sudden the bat suit is underneath it, which is really weird because in one of the previous panels, he very clearly has nothing on under that robe. But, you know, hey, whatever. Hey, because comic books, right? And the GTO are on the chase after Neo Joker and Mad Hatter, but the thing is, everything is actually going pretty well. They're actually handling the situation like they should, the way it was planned, until Batman shows up and runs one of the vehicles holding most of the villains that Neo Joker has under control off the bridge, destroying the bridge, mind you, and crashing down below into a boat. And it's at this moment that Gordon's had enough. And he says, you know what, screw this. Batman is no longer just a vigilante. He is now a super criminal just like the rest of them. Now, oddly enough, once Batman gets away from the wreckage, he confronts Freeze because he now knows about Mr. Freeze's past, which is kind of just a throwaway, because at the end of the day, the thing we take away from it is that he knows the truth, because Mr. Freeze is like, dude, the Waynes have their own secrets, so whatever. Revealing that he knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman, which, I mean, at this point, he's been working pretty closely with him. I would like to believe he would know by now. He would have figured out that Playboy Billionaire has the exact same number of confidants in his house as Batman has sidekicks, in the same, like, gender sets and everything. Nothing odd about that at all. Surprised more people don't figure it out. Now, we wind up going back to Neo Joker and the Mad Hatter because they have found what they're looking for. In this, I feel like they just keep doing all these throwbacks to the, you know, like the Batman movies, the Batman the animated series, and all that stuff, because when they get down in the tunnels of Gotham, what looks like old abandoned like railroad tunnels, once they get deep down into it, they find a secret lair which is housing Mr. Freeze's original recipe cold gun, and also a giant mechanism that doesn't look too dissimilar from the giant freeze cannon that Mr. Freeze had in Batman and Robin the movie. Whatever it is that Harley Quinn and Mad Hatter are about to pull off, it's something that I don't think they realize is something they can, like, not walk back down. Like, they are probably going to try and freeze Gotham. And, man, I don't think it's going to be good for anybody. I don't think it's gonna be good for anybody at all. But yeah, that's where it ends, man. Like I said, this particular issue is a little bit different. Like, there's not really, like, the last few issues I feel like had a lot going on. This one really doesn't. It's really fast paced. There's no, like, filler in any of this book. Like, some of the books, they had, like, a little bit of fluff, but, you know, not a whole lot. Just a teensy-weensy bit. This one, none. But anyways, let me know what you think Harley Quinn and Mad Hatter's plan is really going to be, and do you think Batman and Jack Napier are going to be able to work together? Sound off in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, and if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, consider clicking subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers and tap the bell so you know when I post up. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you all next time. Plus Ultra.